Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about my favorite supplies from 2022. 2022 was a big planner year for me. I got back into planning big time and I tried out a lot of different stationery supplies. There were pens and highlighters and stickers and washi tapes and rulers, all the things. And in the end of the year I noticed that I stuck around to some of them and kind of put aside the other ones, and I want to go over those that I really enjoyed and they made my planning year so much better, and I'm planning to continue using them in 2023 as well. So here they are for the most part, and I want to start with the centerpiece over here. Yes, this is a planner, but the reason I have it here is to highlight this particular cover. So last year this cover held different notebooks than these. This year it's holding two Moleskines, daily pocket and weekly pocket, but I want to talk about this cover specifically. I found it in the beginning of the year. It is a passport size cover which can also fit pocket sized notebooks in pretty kind of like flash fit, cute chunky way. And it's from September leather. It has a spine. It's made out of this beautiful coffee espresso colored leather, and I love it. I've had it for as I said, almost a year now, and I really enjoy it, and it fits passport and pocket standard pocket size notebooks, and it's really well made. It is the type that will wear and patina over time. It made me really happy to have it in my collection in 2022. Next thing that brought me a lot of joy and was like a centerpiece and still centerpiece of my planning routine is my Delphonics utility pouch. This is this thing right here. It is a medium size. They come in large, small, and medium. I got the medium one because I figured that was a perfect fit for everything I had without being too huge. As you can see, I can hold it in one hand and it's completely fully packed. As you can see, I have a lot of things in there. It's perfect because it has all these pockets and this big zipped compartment that has a ton of things. As you can see, I hold my markers here, bunch of highlighters fit in here, even this chunky guy here. I have whiteout and glue. I have my pocket scissors, all kinds of things. In the back I have some supplies as well, and when you open it inside, I'm not gonna take everything out because it'll take too long. I have a separate video on that which I'll link down below. As you can see, it can hold a ton of different things. It holds my water paints, it holds my giant washi tapes, it holds a whole bunch of washi tapes in there, it holds sticker books, clear stamps, it holds these stickers right here. I mean, it's an excellent stationery pouch that can hold so much while being really portable and useful and cute. Next thing I want to talk about are embellishments. So to decorate my planners, last year I had several sizes of planners. I was mostly in my A6 Hobonichi Techo. I also used some couple A5s, but mostly I was in this kind of like a smaller size planners, and I used several things to decorate them. I wanted them to be happy looking and have some flair without being too bulky. So several things that I used to decorate them were last year I used several type of stickers. I had these passion planner sticker books. I got them for my passion planner, so I already had them and I decided to use them. They're kind of on a larger side, so I was basically mostly using ones that were the smaller stickers in here, kind of like that size. Obviously, as you can see, I used a lot of stickers from here because they were small ones, but the ones that are really big or really bright, I didn't end up using them. But because I already had the stickers, I figured might as well use them, and they're really nice because these are self-care sticker book and just start, so kind of like a motivational, like you can do it. And because passion planner philosophy, you know, surrounds mental health and taking care of yourself, I enjoyed using their products in my planners. So even though they are on a bigger side, I still use them from time to time, and I plan to use them in my bigger planner because I have a Moleskine A5 this year as well. And speaking of stickers, there was a set of stickers that I really enjoyed and used it literally the whole year and continuing to use. So it's actually two kind of stickers that I'm talking about here, and if you've watched any of my videos, you probably have seen either one of them, either this in this box or inside of my planner. So the first one is this paper sticker box. So these are basically washi paper stickers. They are on a clear backing, and there are a ton of them in here. I used you know, you can see the box is half empty basically, but there's still a whole bunch left. And what's excellent about this one is that these stickers, as you can see, this one is used. They come in a variety of colors. Mostly the ones I have left are all green ones, but they come in kind of like this rainbow assortment where you have sheets that are all in the same kind of color scheme. And because in my Hobonichi Techo A6 I try to do every month in a certain color hue, I would use up, you know, all the blues, then all the pinks, then all the oranges and all the browns and things like that. So as you can see, there is plenty of them. I've been using them for basically 9 months and I still have this many left, and they're really nice. And when they're very thin and they don't bulk up your planner too much, and when you apply them, they basically really flash with paper, and they're transparent. They're really pretty, so I recommend them. I'll put a link to everything I'm sharing here in the description down below, so then you can check them out for yourself. But I really love these, I really enjoy them, and I continue to use them in my planners this year as well. Another set of stickers that I really enjoyed, and again, if you watched my flip throughs from last year, you will see them a lot. And these are these stickers. So basically they designed to look like a Polaroid photo, but they are stickers. So they come in a set of 6 boxes like these, and each box has 30 stickers in it, so it's 180 stickers altogether. And I use this one a lot. So this one has like these purple and pinks, the clouds, you have moon in some of them. They're really beautiful, and basically they are stickers. They're white, they're solid white, and you can stick them on your planner and you can write, you know, your thoughts or a quote here. And they come, as I mentioned, it's a set of 6 boxes, and each box has a different hue to it. There is a dark green, which is like forest and nature. There is one that's all about water and oceans and rivers. This one, as I mentioned, is like pink and you know, lavender clouds. This one is blue, different, you know, kinds of clouds of different hues of blue. The other one is all about moon, so they're all like blacks and grays. I love them. They're so beautiful. So that's the size. Again, they're very reminiscent of Polaroid photos, but they're stickers, so of course they're not as thick as Polaroids, and you can just stick them on, especially on the days when you don't have a lot to write, because, you know, especially in A6, you know, your page is not that big. So on the days where you want to leave a record but not write too much, you can always put one of these as, you know, kind of like a centerpiece. And also you can use the ones that have full moon on the full moon days, the ones that have like a thinner moon on the new moon days. So they're really pretty, and they really a nice embellishment for your planner, especially if you want to have like this moody feel. And along with stickers, of course, I used washi tapes. Who wouldn't, right? This is like your classic way to embellish your planner. I had a whole bunch of washi tapes. I don't have all of them here immediately, but some of the ones that I used was this one, you know, when I was like in the pinkish, kind of the brownish month. I had this one with like nice checkers here. I really liked the these kind of like a vintagey ones, and I often use them with this vintagey ephemera. I got all of these on Amazon. I really like this vintagey washi tape, like a antique stamp stickers. Some of this ephemera as well. So I really like this kind of to create like this brownish antiquish sepia feel. That's when my month was all in those kind of colors. I also really enjoyed this particular one. I got this from Jet Pens, and these are washi circles, and they basically overlap each other all around. As you can see, this set is all like blues and greens, kind of like the ocean, sea, water, which I really love, and they have them all in different varieties as well. Now, so that's as far as the embellishments that are stick-on type. Now, of course, if you don't want to use stickers or washi tape, or if you want to keep your planner really slim and you know, not too bulky, another way to embellish it would be with your writing tools. So I have a lot of writing tools, so let's begin. Where do we start? Let's start with this end. So over here I have a zebra mild liners. I got this set, I want to say maybe not midway, but in the end of summer, I think, when they came out with this color combination. I really like it. It's very calm and soothing and earthy. But before that, my favorite zebra mild liners, I got them in an individual manner from Jet Pens. There were these three right here, because in the beginning my planner was all in kind of like this blue, brown, like beachy vibes, and so I got these three that spoke to me the most. So obviously this beautiful turquoisey kind of a beach glass color, this gray one which remind me kind of like of a driftwood, and then this brown to remind me of like a sand. At least in California it's brown, not white. So I really love these. I use them basically most of the year, and then I got these in addition towards the end of the year. Love them. They are you know, two-sided. You have a chisel end on this side, and then you have the pointy end on this side for, you know, more kind of a precise writing, like to write headers, and this one you can highlight and create lines. They're really pretty. They're not too saturated, so they don't overpower your page, they don't overpower your letters if you're writing over them. I really love them. Zebra is one of my favorite brands for pens, and when I found the mild liners, I just fell in love with them and been using them since. And another way I love to decorate my planners are with these Pentel Fude Touch brush pens. They are beautiful. I have them in these two colors, brown and this beautiful turquoise. As I mentioned, most of the year I kept my planner in these like calm beachy colors, and it makes it easier because then everything matches everything else. These are excellent. I love them. I really got into Pentel everything, or mostly everything, this year seems. And this one is a hard tip. They are very beginner friendly. They are not too flexible, not too stiff. They write really nicely. I sometimes use them just to write with or to draw lines, not necessarily to brush write, but I love them. They are so easy and smooth. When you write with them, they don't feel scratchy like sometimes, you know, markers can feel, and I really love them. And I actually have extras of the same color, so make sure I don't run out. And of course, we cannot talk about writing instruments without talking about actual pens. So this year, I really enjoyed writing with two kinds of pens. I enjoyed writing with fountain pens and also with Pentel EnerGel Clenas. I didn't have them in the beginning of the year. I discovered them by watching Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co. and I decided to try them, and I love them. This one was one of the first ones that I got. This one is with a minty top, but it's in black ink. This one is in 0.4, so it's perfect. You know, it's not too fine, not too thick. A really nice fine writer. It is a needle nose point pen, and as you can see, it's very precise. The ink comes out evenly, it doesn't skip, doesn't smudge. It's a great pen. I really enjoyed it. So once I got this one, I started looking for other colors, and I got a whole bunch. Over here I have, so this one in black, then I found this one on Jet Pens. This one is 0.5 in this gorgeous turquoise color. So this one is not Clena, but it's also EnerGel. There are several EnerGel types pens, and they all use similar ink and similar needle nose pens here. This one is clear, so you can see what color is inside of it, so you can get a different refill and it will basically turn that color. I got a thing like 2 or 3 of these refills because sometimes they are out of stock, and I love the color and the quality of it. I was just like smitten with it. And of course, because I have a turquoise, I had to get a brown one as well. This brown is in 0.5. Again, very smooth writer. They're not that much thicker, for example, than 0.4, right? So if you feel like 0.4 is a little bit scratchy for you, you can always get 0.5. And then if you want a really juicy writer, then you can get 0.7, but most of mine are 0.5 and below. When you get EnerGel Clena specifically, Clena is the only one I believe that goes down to 0.3 if you want a really fine writer, or if you're writing in very small squares. For example, like Hobonichi Techo A6 is obviously A6 size, or if you have a pocket size planner and you want something very fine and be able to write very small letters, these pens are fantastic. I really love them, really enjoy them. And as you can see, I have that many because in each one of my planners I basically have EnerGel Clena to go with it, or EnerGel pen to go with it. And of course, we cannot talk about pens and Hobonichis especially without talking about fountain pens. Fountain pens, so I've written with fountain pens ever since I was little kids. That's how our school was. You wrote with nothing but fountain pens. And then, I kind of went away from them. I had a couple here and there. I had a Metropolitan pen, which I had, but, it was kind of like in my drawer. And then when I got Hobonichi Techo A6, because it is fountain ink friendly paper, I decided to go back all in, and I got a whole bunch of pens throughout the year. And let me tell you, I literally love them all. So it's very hard to choose which one is my favorite, so I rotate them, and every month I would assign a different pen to my Techo. So let's look at some of them. So this year I discovered Kaweco Sports. I've seen them around before, but I'd never owned one, and so I decided to get a couple. They are so portable and adorable, and they write so nicely. I love everything small and miniature, so to have a pen like that to go with my passport or pocket planner was just a perfection. So I got this one in this burgundy color with gold. It is fine point, so the Kawecos that I used in 2022 were all fine nibs. This one is so cute. Then let's open my fountain pen case, but by the way, which is another favorite supply of mine from 2022, this fountain pen case, because once I got like 2 or 3 and start going on 4 fountain pens, I knew I need a fountain pen case, because I kind of felt that I probably would not stop with just 3 or 4 pens, and I was right. So I got this on Amazon. It's very inexpensive, and it holds 12 pens, which, as you can see, it holds different thicknesses, and they all fit really nicely. Highly recommend. I really enjoyed. So let's go over some of the pens I used in 2022, and then I'll just mention these real quick. So my second Kaweco that I got was in this beautiful turquoise blue color. I believe this one came without a clipper, and I had to get clipper separately, or was it this one? One of them didn't come with it. So kind of pay attention. Sometimes they come with the clip included, and sometimes they don't. But you can get clip on Amazon. I believe it's like $7 and $9, and they go on really easily. So if you want to take it off and use it without it, you can do that too. This one is basically in this silver color, or silver metal, stainless, I imagine, and it's also a fine point. And I try to use matching ink, so whatever the color of the pen is, that's the color of the ink that's inside, or as close as I could get to it. Next, I got a couple of Majan pens. Majan, I love it. Their nibs are such smooth writers. Pens are very inexpensive, so you can try a whole bunch of pens and not break a bank. This one is really cute, this minty swirl see-through demonstrator pen. You put it on here, and there you go, you can hold it like a normal pen. This one is also in fine, and it's a dropper, so there is nothing inside but just this basically barrel. You unscrew it, put the ink in, screw it on. I didn't have to use any kind of grease or anything, and it never leaked. I really love it. The only thing is that obviously it does not have the clip to clip it on, but I believe you can put this one on here. I think it fits. And so in addition to that one, I also got another pen from Mahjong because I saw this gorgeous minty color and I was like, I have to have it. This one also comes without clip. This is actually a Kaweco clip. As you can see, it comes off really easily, and because I didn't want my pen to slip out of my planner, I got the clip just for it. And again, this is also a fine nib pen, and this one comes with a cartridge, but you can also put a converter on here, and as you can see, it's kind of like a semi-translucent minty color. Excellent writer as well. I really enjoyed writing with it, and I just cannot see myself not using it again throughout the year. I'm really happy with most of my fountain pens, if not all of them. I'll mention if I have any concerns with them, but love these guys. I have this one that I had for a while. I had it for several years now. This is Faber-Castell. This one also in fine. I believe it's called a grip. So you have this like dots, and then this part is grippy, so then it doesn't slide. It's pretty big, so for you to comfortably hold it. It's a really nice pen, and I actually have Faber-Castell ink that goes with it. The cartridges for Faber-Castell are same size cartridges as for your Kaweco, so if you have these pens, they can use same size cartridges interchangeably, which is excellent because Kaweco uses smaller size cartridges. The next pen here that I want to show you is Monaggio pen. This one I believe is also in fine, and I got it because it had this kind of a hooded nib situation, which I wanted to have a hooded nib pen for a while, so I got this one. Again, writes really nicely, and this one came with the ink and with the converter, I believe, and it's an excellent writer as well. I had such a hard time when I decided one of the months to use this one, and I couldn't pick which one because they both wrote so nicely. I was just truly enjoying writing with them. And I know it's because the part of it was also because Tomoe River paper that's in Hobonichi A6 just makes every pen write smoother than it would be on other paper. So yeah, I was like, a good problem to have, as they say. I just couldn't decide which pen I liked more, and it's a good thing to have, right? Because you don't want to have pens that are scratchy and you're not enjoying them. And then a couple more pens that I have in here. This is the pen that I was talking about. So this is the first pen that I bought when I started getting into fountain pens. It's a Metropolitan, and this one is I have like a whole bunch of inks for it. It is a fine nib. I didn't write with it for a while because at that time I didn't have Tomoe River paper notebooks and I felt scratchy to me, but I still have all the inks. And then once I decided to try it on Tomoe River paper, I was amazed how amazing it feels to write with this pen, and I was like, what was I complaining? It's amazing. I used the Tremendous ink in this one, but like I said, I also have a whole bunch of cartridges that come with it. And this one, my love, is that I have in medium. I actually have a couple more pens in medium nibs now, but at one point that was the only medium one that I had, and everything else was in fine because Hobonichi Techo is so small. So I was trying to find pens that have fine nibs so then I could write in smaller squares. But this one is TWSBI Echo in medium. I love it. It's such an amazing pen, and I know that this year, even though I kind of promised myself not to buy any more pens this year because I have so many pens and I love them all, but I really love TWSBI and I would like to own the smaller size TWSBI. I think I might get it, and also in a different color, even though I love the black one. This pen, the barrel is so big. I filled it up I don't know how long ago. It doesn't dry up, it doesn't run out. I love this pen so much. I just write with it in just regular notebooks, not Tomoe River paper, because it's such a smooth writer. I don't think I have to convince you. TWSBI is an amazing pen. And then I have this pen here. Unfortunately, I don't remember the brand of it top of my head. It's one of the pens I got from Amazon. It was a 3-pack. It was black, this dark green, and also burgundy, which I gave to my husband. And I got this one because it reminds me of the pen that my mom used to have. It has this kind of a nib. It's basically hooded nib, but it's completely hidden one, and it has like this little golden arrow. Unfortunately, these dry out really easily, even though when you put on the top, like, it's really good vacuum. Like, I'm not sure how it ends up drying out, but it's a really nice writer as well. But I got it more for sentimental purposes because it reminded me of the pen that my mom had when I was growing up and she used it at work. And these are just some cleaning and assembly tools for the twist beam. So let me put this guy in here. And as you can see, this case, I really like it because as you can see, there are really thick pens in here and you put them on and it doesn't fight, right? They just slide in. I was concerned that because there are so many of them here that the edge rubber bands will not be able to fit anything, but it's not true because as you can see, I have pens here side to side. I have one more space here and one more space here if I take this out, and actually I have 3 or 4 brand new pens. They are, some of them are inside of their own notebooks, and there are a couple that in the box. I haven't inked them or tried them on. I'll have a separate video on that, but I really highly recommend this particular case. As you can see, it's nice and portable. It's not big because I didn't want to have one of those like huge collectible pens cases, because then like where do you put it? This one fits into my planner tote easily because it's so small, portable, yet it can fit, you know, up to 12 pens. And I like how they have a separator here so they don't, you know, scratch each other. It's all, you know, soft all throughout and has plenty of room, and the zipper works really nicely. So excellent thing. And now that we are on the subject of fountain pens, of course we need to talk about fountain pen inks. I have a number of them, but the ones that I enjoyed the most this year were these 4. So because I got the Kaweco and I was using Kaweco the whole year long, and I really enjoyed having these brownish turquoise-ish colors in my planners. One of the ones that I enjoyed the most, and I know I need to buy another box of these, is a Kaweco brand ink, and this is Caramel Brown. When you look on it in the sample, it looks more coffee. It comes out actually a little bit lighter, but I don't mind because it's such a pretty brown color. As you can see, these small cartridges that fit in Kaweco, and they also fit into Faber-Castell brand pens. And speaking of that, here's the second ink that I enjoyed inside of my Kawecos and also inside of the Faber-Castell pen, is this Faber-Castell Turquoise ink. These cartridges, as I mentioned, is exactly the same size, so they fit perfectly interchangeably, and it's a really pretty turquoise color. I really love that in my, so I use this one in my burgundy pen, and I use this one in my like the blue Kawecos, and I also have the same ink in the Faber-Castell grip pen, the turquoise one. And speaking of turquoises and blues, I love this Pelikan turquoise ink. I mean, look how gorgeous this color is. So this one, I used it in the Majan, that turquoise semi-translucent pen that I was showing you. I believe it's still in that pen. So pretty. I kept on going between using this one and this one because they are beautiful in their own right. This one is more on the blue side. As you can see, this is more on a turquoise side. Gorgeous inks. I mean, my pens wrote with them so nicely. The paper, I mean, I was really enjoying that peaceful feeling writing with these kind of color inks. And then another ink that I used inside of my little burgundy Kaweco, and also inside of that clear little Majan screw-on pen, is this ink by Diamine, and it's called Writer's Blood. I got it because I love burgundy, and also because I also write, and Writer's Blood, I mean, come on, I couldn't have passed that by. So I got that one and I enjoyed it. Is this like warm burgundy, like a deep red wine color. I know it's called Writer's Blood because it's supposed to look like kind of like a dried blood, and it kind of actually does. So when you write with it, it looks brighter, and then as it dries out, it looks like, you know, like the old dried blood. So it's pretty cool. Really beautiful ink. And because I have several Kawecos now, I also have a new the turquoise one. I have a couple more Faber-Castells inks. The good thing about Faber-Castell, they have more color options, I believe, than Kawecos. But Kaweco, I recently found like an additional color, so hopefully they'll have more colors in cartridges. Of course, there is also a converter for Kaweco. It's a very little tiny baby converter. I just got it, so I'll be experimenting with that. If once I get it working, then of course I can experiment with any of the bottled inks that I have. Which of those, I really like Diamine brand. They have a lot of different colors, And what I like about them is that they offer not just the full size bottles like these, but smaller bottles like these, and they're way more affordable, and they will last you forever, because the more inks you have, the longer they last you, because you obviously cannot write with 10 pens all at the same time. So I really like Diamine brand. And the last thing that I want to mention here in my supplies that I really enjoyed and used basically consistently are these two things. They're maybe not as, you know, exciting and sexy as pens and inks, but they're very practical, and I use them literally on a daily basis. The first one is what I call my invisible pencil board. So this one is just a clear acrylic pencil board. I got this from Jet Pens, and it's excellent. And the reason I got this one and not one of the Hobonichi pencil boards is because Hobonichi pencil boards have particular color schemes to them, and when I looked at them, none of them matched the feel that I was going for. So I figured, well, let me just get a clear one, so then it will literally go with any planner I've ever have. So obviously it worked out because it's clear, it's see-through, and you know, if I put it here, you might not even know that it's here. So I really enjoyed it. I used it, you know, as a pencil board. I used it as a straight edge. I used it, you know, to cut washi tapes with it. It's great. It's great, as you can see again. Clear color, you know, nondescript. Doesn't you know, doesn't have to match anything because it matches everything. And the other one is this little good old regular ruler. So this little ruler came actually as a part of the set of like the tools for stickers, you know, like the pin set to pull off your stickers or your washi tapes, and just happen to have a ruler in it. I like this ruler because it comes in this little case of its own, and I like it because the ruler itself is metal, and it's very thin and very sharp. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna cut myself with it, but it's pretty sharp, almost like a knife. It has inches on one side, it has centimeters and millimeters on another side, and as I mentioned, it has a nice and sharp edge, and I use this one mostly for my washi tapes. Here's actually still a piece of washi tape on here. What do you know? The proof in point. And really cute tool because, again, use it for straight edge, use it to cut the washies, you know, your straight lines, measure things, because obviously even though I can use this one for the similar purposes, it has no measurements on it. So if I wanted to measure something or be precise with the boxes I'm drawing or whatever, I really like it. And I like that it's so light and thin and portable, and even though it's pretty tall, when you put it diagonally like this, you know, like this kind of a way, it fits perfectly in the back of my Hobonichi Techo A6, so I'm able to carry both of these in the back, and it doesn't get lost, doesn't stick out, and it serves a really good purpose. And that's pretty much it. These are the things that I used during 2022, really enjoyed, really found them helpful, and made my planning, you know, exciting and pretty and enjoyable and relaxing. Very reliable known brands here, some newer brands that I found on Amazon, some I got from Jet Pens, some I got in a local store like, you know, Staples or Michael's, but all in all together, they created a really nice experience for me. Getting back into planning, enjoying doing it every day. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna put links to everything in description down below, so you can check them out for yourself. And if you like these kind of videos, please like, please subscribe, and in the comments below, please let me know which one of these supplies are your favorite. Let me know what your favorites were in 2022. Leave me your suggestions. I am always open for pretty supplies for my planning purposes, and I will see you in the next video, and until then, you take care. Bye.